Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Right then, so yeah, been a very interesting couple of 24 hours. I will lead with this, which is what started it all. So, court gives Gazans rights to settle in the UK. Palestinians' success after applying through the scheme meant for Ukrainians could open the floodgate, Home Office warns. Don't worry, bear with me, there are other things. Going to be a bit word heavy, this one. But before we go any further, I need to ask a question which you can answer in the comment section down below. When did it seem to become this little country, our tiny little country in the world? Look at us on the map. Go on the map and have a look how big the UK is. The little island, just off the coast of Europe. Since when did that become the place that's responsible for everything? You see, we have to take all the immigrants for some reason. And it's our island which will save the planet by going green. Our tiny, tiny little speck of land is going to do everything. But in any case, you can let me know in the comment section. And while you're down there, you could also click the like and hit the subscribe button. That would be nice. Any case. So, Palestinian migrants have been granted the right to live in the UK after applying through the scheme which was meant for Ukrainian refugees. The thing is, I don't see how that happened because the clue is in the title. It says Ukrainian refugees. Now, I don't want anyone from Gaza here because no one in the Middle East wants them. All the countries around them don't want them. No one wants them because they're seen as troublemakers. But of course, we'll let them be in here, shall we? That's about right. A family of Sikhs seeking to flee Gaza have been allowed to join their brother in Britain after immigration judge ruled the Home Office rejection of the application breached their human rights. Fuck their human rights. Right there and then. What about our human rights? Just ask him. The family made an application through the Ukrainian family scheme. How? They're Gazans. Yeah? They don't have Ukrainian anything. I mean, the clue is literally in the title of the thing, but any case. And the decision to accept their case came despite warnings by lawyers for the Home Office that it could open the floodgates to the admission of all those in conflict zones with a family in the UK. I don't care if you've got nearly all your family in the UK. Tough shit. You shouldn't be allowed in here. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Chris Philp, the Shadow Home Secretary, said the case showed the changes to human rights were needed so the Parliament, not judges, controlled who could settle in the UK. Well, you think it would already be that. But then again, if we left the European Court of Human Rights, we wouldn't have an issue, would we? Any case, it's the latest in a series of controversial decisions by immigration tribunals. They shouldn't be making the decision. Okay, it's as simple as that. But in any case, I mean, they get ridiculous. Revealed by the Telegraph, which includes the Albanian criminal whose deportation was halted partly because of his young son's aversion to foreign chicken nuggets. Now, if you're listening to this anywhere else in the world, I shit you not, this is the state of the United Kingdom right now, where you cannot be deported even if you're a nasty asshole because your son doesn't like any other than bird's-eye chicken nuggets. The Palestinian family, a mother, a father and 4 children aged 7 to 18, well, then he's not a child if he's 18, so it's 3 adults and 3 children. But then again, they can say whatever age they are now because under the new bill that Labour want to bring in, you can't challenge the age of somebody who comes in. Had seen their home destroyed in an airstrike, I don't care. I really don't care. You kick a hornet's nest, don't cry when the hornets come out to sting you. And we're living in a Gazan refugee camp with daily threats to their lives from Israel. Well, no, tough shit. I really don't care. They applied using the Ukraine scheme form in January. How the fuck did they get the form? So who's been sending the money and the forms there? Somebody's telling them that these forms exist, aren't they? Yeah. Actually, I'm basically best fitted the circumstances that the situation was so compelling and compassionate that the application should be granted outside its rules. No, it shouldn't. Ukraine family scheme set up in March 2022 allowed Ukrainian nationals and their family members to come in the UK if they had a relative who was a British citizen or settled in the UK. Some 72,000 visas were issued before it was closed last February. And out of that 72,000, I very much doubt any of them will ever go back again. The family's claim was initially refused by a lower-tier immigration tribunal on the basis it was outside the Ukrainian programme's rules. There you go. And that it was for Parliament to decide which countries should benefit from the resettlement schemes. No, the countries that were to benefit from it were in the title of the actual thing itself. We are literally led by brain-dead individuals somewhere. I still want this answered in the comment section if you can help. When did all of us as a society decide that the best way to run a country was to find the thickest bastards in it and put them in charge? Not the clever ones, not the smart ones, not the ones who know what they're doing. The idiots. The brain dead. When did this become a thing? However, Hugo Norton-Taylor, arsehole, twat, idiot, should be sacked. An upper tribunal judge overturned the decision, granted the Palestinians' appeal, and to become UK on the basis of their Article 8 right to family life under the European Convention of Human Rights. Well, there you go, you see. You want to stop the problem? Get out of the ECHR. And they had a family life in Gaza. Just because one of them was living here, probably illegally, probably did enter illegally, but no one seems to give a fucking shit anymore in this country. Yeah. He said the rights of the individual who were extremely in a life-threatening situation, I don't give a shit, outweighed the public's interest. No, it didn't, because you never asked the fucking public, did you? You never do. And then when we go, whoa, what's going on? Well, you're all far right. And if you say too much, I'll throw you in prison for 8 years. The saying so, which were designed to limit the resettlement schemes and control immigration. Well, there's no such thing as immigration control anymore. You just float in here, no problem at all. Don't listen to we've sent 19,000 people back. Yeah, well, in the same period that you sent the 19,000 back, 38,000 came in to replace them, and quite a few of those people who were the 19,000 left with £3,000 in their pocket because we paid them to go. Yeah. Any case, the Home Office said that despite the ruling, there was no resettlement scheme for the people of Gaza, but it would be contesting similar claims in the future. You send these fuckers back as well then. Now, don't go, oh, it's okay. No, boy. But we won't. Loads of people don't. Suffering, who cares? The case revealed in the court documents sparked criticism on Tuesday. Really, you think? Mr. Phillips said it was an alarming and dangerous judgment. Well, sack him and kick them back out. And say, no, there you go, problem solved. That's it, end of. But no, we won't do that because we just don't. Reasons. They probably said, you got to go, we'll vote Labour, we'll stay then. There are 2 million people in Gaza alone and tens of millions around the world in conflict zones who may have relations living in the UK. We obviously can't accommodate them all. Why? We seem to be doing that in any case. The UK has generously helped people in Ukraine. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Syria. Why? Nothing to do with us. Afghanistan, apart from those who assisted us in the conflict, no care. Hong Kong, fair enough. Because that's right. We betrayed them and sold the land from underneath them and give it to the Chinese. Yeah, so that's the least we could do, yeah? We cannot have judges simply making up new schemes based on novel and expansive interpretation of the human rights law. Well, it's not. It's under the Human Court of Human Rights. So let's get out of that and we won't have a problem. You know, like everybody's saying. Yeah. And then we could actually deport somebody because his son doesn't like chicken nuggets. Who the fuck cares? You just have to learn to like different chicken nuggets. I mean, there was another one who said he couldn't be deported because his wife didn't speak English. So fucking what? Boy, take her out and all. God's sake, we're too soft in this country. It's clearer than ever that radical changes to human rights laws are needed so Parliament, not judges, make the decision about who's eligible to come in the UK. Well, get rid of the Human Court of Human Rights then. European Court of Human Rights then. ECHR, gone, not a problem, we could do it ourselves. But you won't do that, will you? So, yet again, it's Labour talking out of its arsehole. Now there is a ceasefire in Gaza. I hope the government appeals this decision based on the new facts on the ground. Well, yeah, no, you just go, sorry, we got it wrong, get back on the plane and go. And then we've just got just a general idea of where most of the immigrants are housed. So there you go, the darker the blue, the more immigrants. I mean, in reality, like where I live, let's see if we can zoom in. Oh, no, I can't zoom in any more than that. Let's see if I can bring it in on the picture here. I'll zoom in a bit. Let's have a look. So there you go. So this gives you a spread. Why this bit here hasn't got any at all, or up here haven't got any at all? How's that work? I mean, this is the sea. That should be really dark blue. It should be massive dark blue on this side here. But why haven't these got any? Or here? Interesting, isn't it? This is the West Midlands, where I live, and here, and I presume that's going to be Birmingham. Yeah, because that would make logical sense, because where I live now, Birmingham, is actually a third world shithole. It's such a pleasure to live. Let's bring that back down now. Let's get my window back where it should be. There we go. And there we go. Up a bit. There we go. It's better. So that gives you an idea. And it comes at a time when the future of people in Gaza is uncertain amid calls for Donald Trump for the area to be cleared of inhabitants and rebuilt. Makes perfect sense to me. Even, on Tuesday, Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's Prime Minister said he would not restart the war if Hamas did not he would restart the war, if Hamas did not release hostages by midday on Saturday. Well, these shit things happen. Can't have an agreement then change. UK has more than 34,000 outstanding immigration appeals. Yay! With applications using human rights laws to fight their removal. There you go, you see. So, there's simple. Get rid of the European Court of Human Rights and we wouldn't have a problem. Here's Sir Keir Starmer the Harmer and Lord Herman, the Attorney General, two arseholes who have spent their life arguing for immigrants, have insisted Labour will not leave the ECHR and respect international law. So basically what you're doing is saying we need to change the law, but we can't because we're in the ECHR. And there's the asylum things there, okay. It comes as governments seek to ramp up in returns of foreign criminals illegal. And here we go, removed nearly 19,000 since the election, the highest 6 months total since 2017. Now, in those 6 months total, how many have come in to replace that 19,000? Yeah, so sit down, shut up. It doesn't work. The court was told the Palestinian husband and wife who had lived in Gaza since 1994, but the brother who comes to the UK in 2007 had been granted British citizenship. I presume we checked him, the brother, and the husband, just in case. Maybe. Bet we didn't. The court was told there had been no face-to-face contact with their brother for 17 years, but they remain close. What a load of shite. Joanne Oxlade, the lower tier judge, rejected the application. Well done, Joanne. On the basis it did not satisfy the rules of the government had chosen not to reintroduce a resettlement plan for Palestinians. She ruled it was not for the tribunal to institute such a scheme. Correct. She had considered the fact that admitting the family could open the floodgates to people from conflicts all over the world, and she's right. But then again, along come Judge Norton Taylor, who's a raging knobhead, and decided that no, it was not seeking either government or tribunal institute some form of resettlement scheme or protected rights they did not enjoy. He said the absence of a resettlement scheme was irrelevant. It really kind of isn't. It's very relevant. And he says it's about their rights to the family under, here we go, the ECHR. This wonderful law that causes all the problems. He rejected claims that it would open the floodgates. Instead, he's granted the appeal on the basis that it was a very strong claim. Put another way, there was very compelling or exceptional circumstances. No, there wasn't, he said. A Home Office spokesman said it was contested the claim rigorously, adding the latter court ruled against us on narrow facts of this specific case. Nevertheless, we are clear there is no resettlement route from Gaza, and we will continue to contest any future claims who do not meet the rules. But then the judge can use the ECHR and bypass you. So we are still ruled by the European Court of Human Rights, so the Europeans still tell us who can and can't come into our country. So, then we get this. Here, Stalin vows to close the loophole that allowed Gaza family to settle in the UK. Well, One, it wasn't a loophole. There wasn't a loophole. You're going to say there was, but there wasn't. The loophole is called the European Court of Human Rights. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starling has vowed to close the loophole that granted a Palestinian family the right to remain in the UK after they applied under the scheme designed for Ukrainian refugees. So there isn't a loophole. You see, Palestinian, Ukrainian, Palestinian, Ukrainian. There is no loophole. A family of 6, which we've covered, of all the blah, blah, blah. Starmer said the decision appeals was wrong. Wrong. Did he say it really well after his voice speeching? They say the Parliament should set immigration rules. Well, yeah. And the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, had already got her team working closely to close the loophole. Look, there wasn't a loophole. A jumped-up dickhead of a judge decided that you lot are irrelevant and just thought, I'll let them in. Because he can use the European Court of Human Rights. And as long as we're in the European Court of Human Rights, shit like this and people being unable to be deported because their son doesn't like the taste of chicken nuggets in foreign lands is absolutely bullshit. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch raised the case of Prime Minister's question on Wednesday, urging Starling to appeal the decision and introduce legislation that clarified the right to family life under Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights. And there she's talking pointlessly. I mean, this was like that, and you get people, MPs going, oh, well, 6-0 to Keir Starling. He absolutely kicked ass with Kemi Badenoch, blah, blah, when all these, we won't play, all these twats in here act like fucking playground kids. It's all about points to them. The country's going to hell in a handbasket, but these like, well, when we've got more points than you, we really told you off. Fuck's sake. How did they get in? We've already covered that, so we're not going to talk about that. Oh look, car park. It looks like Small Heath, to be fair. In any case, no one gives a shit about that. The family have been granted anonymity. Well, of course they are, which of course will have been done at taxpayers' expense. And all that. And then Hugo Norton-Taylor, he's a twat. Rubbish. They lost control of immigration, Samuel Tory's open border, empty promises, says Starling, forgetting it was his boss before him, Tony Blair, that opened the gates for this bullshit. And he can say all what he wants. They've done nothing. But then again, neither side are both the same cheeks to the same arsehole. Speaking about, this is not what the scheme was designed to do. Well, I mean, it was called the Ukrainian Refugee Scheme. So, kind of, yeah. It cannot be allowed to stand. Is the government planning to appeal on any points of the law, and if so, which ones? Starling recruit. I do not agree with the decision. She's right. It's the wrong decision. She hasn't quite done her homework because the decision in question was taken under the last government according to the legal framework of the last government. Except he was lying there, wasn't he? Because the decision was made on the 6th of January, which was when you were in power, Starling. So you've got the decision. The decision in question was taken under the last government. No, it wasn't. It was the 6th of January. You were in power then, you lying dick. But let me be clear. It should be the Parliament makes rules on immigration. You have. We'll let them all in. It should be the government that makes policy, which they don't. And it's the principle the Home Secretary is already looking at legal loopholes which are closed in this particular case. But you can't because he used the European Court of Human Rights. And if you won't leave it, they'll overrule you. You brain-dead moron. And then you get Labour MPs like this one here. Here we go. Let's zoom that in a bit so we can see it better without everybody else. You can go over the top of me. I don't care. The UK welcomes Ukrainians but shuts out Palestinians even as UK-made weapons fuel the genocide. Look, listen, Zara Sultana, MP, you were voted in to represent the United Kingdom. And your constituency, which constituency you are a member of? Coventry. It's a shithole just up the road. It's not surprising. Yeah, it looks like the retards that would vote for you. Any case, you were voted to represent Coventry. Now, as far as I remember, Coventry isn't anywhere near Palestine. It's not Ukraine either. So, safe routes for some, moral panic and cruelty for others. Rubbish. There is a name for that, anti-Palestinian racism. No, it's not, says the person who hates Jews. You see, this old Zara Sultan, she's beyond the joke, really. I mean, things like this. Today has the promise to legally and morally right and end the government's complicity in Israeli war crimes, banning all arms sales, including F-35 fighter jets to Israel. He said no. No, because we don't supply F-35 fighter jets. They're American. See, but this is what all these idiots care about. All she gives a shit about is the Palestinians. If you live in Coventry and you were dumb enough to vote for this one, Coventry South, yeah, nice of you to vote for somebody who doesn't give a fuck about you. Just putting that out there. So there you go. So again, it's word salads, meaningless stuff, and you just know there's going to be an influx of Gazans. So we are literally determined to flood our country and make it a third world terrorist capital city. Because that's what it appears to be to me, in any case. Right then, 2 videos popping up on the screen right now. One will be the last one I uploaded, and the other one will be the one that the gods of YouTube, with their mighty, mighty algorithm, will have picked for you to watch. So why deny it? If you're one of the now 60%, it's gone down. I'm very impressed. Please continue to subscribe. If you agree with what I'm going to say, or have said, or will say someday along the line, don't know where that come from, just hit the subscribe button. If you've done that, you could also use the like button. You could share, and you can engage in adult conversation and discussion in the comment section down below. In any case, enough of that one. I'm done. So, until the next one.